yo, it's your boy Ancient Albatross here again with the Cypher Unlimited crew +1. But as for now, we have our usual suspects of AD or Alpha Dean. We have Spiggs 18 or Anthony. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't already, be sure to follow us here on Twitch and subscribe to us over on YouTube. I'll get that link in a second. The bot is not listening. But yeah, we appreciate all the support we've gotten thus far. And yeah, we need your help to reach even further heights. And we very much appreciate that. But without further ado, Dean, what are we doing here tonight?
Oh man, we have none other than Kate Evans from Monte Cook Games with us, our good friend, community relations person for MCG these days. She's killing it, but she's come over just to have a conversation with us. We're going to ask some questions because, that's what we do. And if you don't know Kate, her background is like all over the place. She has a biology degree, a PhD studies. London futures trading. She works in production and design for major motion pictures. The list just goes on. And then, of course, she works for our favorite gaming company in the entire world. So, without ado, Kate, say hello to everybody.
Hello, welcome. Thank you very much. It's absolutely lovely to be here. And yeah, out of all of the crazy things I've done, this is absolutely the best job ever. So, and it means I get to chat to you chaps. And the other lovely thing is that I get to chat to you chaps in a reasonable time zone because I am in. So here's the thing. I am either in Louisville or Lowerville or Louisville, or there's a big poster with all the different pronunciations. So I feel a lot less bad, although I have been saying we're in Kentucky because that's nice and easy. Yes.
I saw what you put on Facebook. You try to pronounce it like 5 times, and you're like, "We're just in Kentucky."
We're in Kentucky. Great.
I just want to make a quick correction. Kate is the marketing manager for Monte Cook Games.
All right, marketing manager. That is a correction. I apologize.
Yeah. That's all right. We all wear many hats, and yeah, very, very much a team effort, all this. So yes.
Hey, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you on the chat with us. And before we even like start talking about all the juicy stuff, because we have some serious juicy stuff to talk about. You guys showcased some really cool things recently. First off, Charles was on. You guys posted a YouTube video with Charles doing the Cypher System starter set unboxing. It looks absolutely fantastic. So, can you tell?
This is awesome.
If you haven't yet, go to Monte Cook Games YouTube channel and check out the unboxing. Charles did a fantastic job. It looks hella cool. Even though I've been GMing for 30 years, I am a starter set freak. I always buy the starter sets for every system I play, and this is going to be no different. But can you tell our audience when it's coming out to the public?
So this will be in June. So I realised I am teasing people with this here and teasing them even more probably by being able to open this and seeing all the excellent stuff inside. These are just copies for us to check. They're not real. We're not hoarding them. We're not sitting on a throne of them laughing at everyone. As soon as we have them, we'll be absolutely sending them out. That will be June. Okay, so it's going to be June for the Cypher System Star Set, and also June for the Cypher System Bestiary. Sorry, Bestiary in American. I apologize sincerely. This book, you see, this is a Louisville thing again, right? So what I have to say to you...
To the camera, because I want to see that again.
Yes, okay. Here's the proviso. This is going to be bound as nicely as our white books. This is a mock-up because we wanted to show a bunch of it, but it's a slightly dodgy mock-up because what we wanted to show is the fold-out pages because, and I obviously should have bookmarked this beforehand and did not, we have these 3-page spreads. And the reason that we have these 3-page spreads is because, and I forgive this is more pop-out pages and things, pirates are cool, right? Everyone knows pirates are cool. So pirates are cool enough that they have a 3-page spread on all things piratical. And so that way it's like super extra information. So we've got that for pirates, we've got that for gang bosses, we've got that for dragons lairs. There's just way too much information. Now, we also totally appreciate that people who get it in PDF, this might be seen as a bit of a pain in the bum. So one of the things we're doing at the moment is to look at how we show those spreads and see if we can find a cool way of doing it, which does not mess with your chi when you're looking at the PDF. So please be reassured. The hard copy will be beautiful, but yes, it's absolutely amazing. And the thing with this is it's all ordered by, so our table of contents, you've got it, you want to look at fantasy, you've got fantasy section, you've got sci-fi section, you've got a post-apocalyptic section, all the things that you would have for our white books, they're all in there. It's a lovely, lovely book with everything going on and fabulous artwork as always, which is great.
If anybody's watched our videos like for years since we started doing this, everyone to know that we've always been champion for a bestiary for the Cypher system. So
yep.
When we first heard this was the book that got me most excited because I've been begging for this for like 3 years now. So I can't wait to get my hands on the bestiary. And I know Al and Dean were both in agreement when we spoke about this on over several videos. So
yeah, we
not got it yet. Soon.
We tried to get Charles to give us one like many times over.
We've had a couple of people come past the booth at Gamma and like, I'll take the starter set back, and we're like, no, lovely, it's just nonsense in there at the moment. We've got copies of the thing outside so you can see it, but it's not real. And they're like, just look at you, and it's like, soon, June, it'll be in there in June. Bestiary in June, Bestiary in June, and the box set as well, starter set. It's going to be great. Charles has done the unboxing of that, but it's awesome adventures.
For our audience that doesn't know, Kate's working right now, and she was gracious enough to take the time to give us an hour, to not only give us an hour, she's giving us an hour for the show, but we're going to mention she gave us an hour earlier today and gave us a bunch of cool stuff that we're going to talk about. But you've just been absolutely great to your Cypher System fans, the CU community, and we just can't thank you enough.
You guys are enormously worth it. It is an absolute pleasure to spend any time chatting with you, whether we're talking shop or whether we're just chatting about anything, which is lovely. And the Cypher Unlimited community is just, they are so astonishingly splendid. I cannot begin to say how friendly and welcoming and everything. It's absolutely astonishing to be part of this, and thank you. Please keep coming. Please bring more friends. It's gonna be great.
We like Anthony said, we thank you. We love you. We love MCG. And that being said, just as much as we love MCG, Rust and Redemption is your latest white genre book covering all manners of post-apocalyptic settings. Came out last month. How's the public reception been?
Really good, actually. And the thing I love about it is it almost starts with, what's your apocalypse? Why has the world ended? And it's obviously zombies, war, blah, things like this. But it's like, is it because there's been a magical apocalypse? Is it this kind of thing, which then opens the whole route up for, are you going to play something like Adventure Time? Because it's kind of post-apocalyptic, or Shannara, which is fantasy post-apocalyptic, or is it World War Z? Sorry. See.
No, you can say Z.
World War Z, is it? You do Z, yeah. World War Z, or is it going to be The Last of Us? All of these things are open, and people are just absolutely loving this. We've had so many great reviews. We've had people just say, I hadn't thought of it that way. Loads of inspiration in there, plus all of the possible things that you can do with Cypher System, and so very many options as well. So we're extremely pleased with it, and we're so very pleased that the community loves it as well.
Yeah, actually, the CU has been going crazy. Me and Stormbringer Mike have been talking all day with the people because they want to do a West Marches style post-apocalyptic thing. It's
awesome. I love that as an idea. Yes. You should absolutely do that.
And the art it's sort of like a given with all the MCG projects, but specifically these last two books between the Weird and Rust and Redemption, the artist has been top notch.
Yeah, I think we were laughing and joking and saying that October was our prettiest month because we had the Devil's Dandy Dogs that came out, we had the Weird that came out, and we had seen Rust and Redemption at that point, but then obviously it came out only a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, super pleased with the artwork. Our artists are top-notch people from all the way around the globe, and it's absolute pleasure working with them because the art briefing and things. So I see the art brief that comes from Bear or from the designers, and then the stuff that comes back is like, that's exactly it. You know, they absolutely nail it. It's so talented just to get the brief and then explode these worlds for everyone. So yeah, amazing.
What I find most interesting in how, you know, Bear hits the nail on the head every time is just how much the art fits the genre. And that's what draws you in. You know, when you open up the fantasy book, you're in a fantasy realm. When you open up Rust and Redemption, you're in a post-apocalyptic world. You know, and they have a way of just drawing you in. So yeah, brilliant.
It's very cool.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
we mentioned it earlier. You know, you at the Gamma Trade Show, and you're working hard. I'm assuming Charles is there, right, too, as well, right?
Yeah, so they're actually packing down. So we packed down the booth a couple of hours ago, and now we're doing that, trying to get everything onto the van, get the van there. So bless them, Charles and Tammy are somewhere around the city driving vans and cars, and hopefully they'll be back at the Galt House in about an hour or so. So yes.
I'm just curious, now that the trade show is over, what of all the MCG products that you guys had on display drew the most interest from buyers?
Oh, so that's really interesting. So something that's super easy is the Darkest House, because everybody, even if you don't yet play Cypher System, then the Darkest House, everyone gets it, because ultimately it hates you. It hates your players. It hates everything. You can't map it. It's going to mess with you. It's going to put you through an emotional and psychological ringer, and it's terrifying, but it's also smart and it's clever and it can fit into any universe. And we had some absolutely amazing things where people came up and said, I wanted to add spooky to my D&D campaign, and there were running two sets of groups, and for some reason some people couldn't make it for the Halloween weekend, and so half of the group went in from one campaign and half of the group went to the other. They all converted to the Darkest House, and you had this amazing crossover adventure with people from very disparate worlds. And the most bonkers one of that, GM was saying that he ran a thing where they had a colonial marine from the Aliens property, they had someone from Cthulhu, they had a Candela Obscura investigator, so obviously the Cthulhu and the Candela people, they bickered the entire time. It was wonderful. And then you had a mage coming in again from like a Pathfinder thing. And so the Marines there, it's like, I'll take point, I'll do this. And the wizards like, pew, 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 fireballs, you know, showing direction and stuff. And the Marine's like, what are you doing? And the other's like, what is this? And so they've got this wonderful dynamic, all possible because of the Darkest House, because it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. And you had this wonderful thing. And then at the end of it, the GM said, and you know what they said afterwards? They said, so what Cypher System then? And he's like, yes, this is what I've been needing. So again, wonderful routine on stuff. So yeah, definitely the Darkest House, definitely the Weird, mostly because you hand the book of the Weird, and then people then usually put their glasses on, and then they just stand there. And it was just like, guys, there's over 14,000 things in this book. I massively appreciate it. You've got 4 days. You're not going to get through it. But, you know, props for trying and good luck. You know, so those are amazing. But just Rust and Redemption has done really well. People going, oh, I've seen this and now I can see it in person. That's absolutely tremendous. Again, everyone loves a starter set. Numenera starter set is there. The Cypher System starter set, everyone is super keen for, because it's a wonderful way of showing what you're going to do. The adventures have one set of characters, which you do in a fantasy style universe, and one set of characters, same set of characters, in a sci-fi style universe. And it's like, here's how easy it is to do it and how versatile, you know? So and people are quite like, oh, I get it. That's really cool. So yeah, Devil's Dandy Dogs, everyone loves. It's beautiful, and we've been demoing it at each evening till about midnight, along with No Thank You Evil, Stealing Stories, bit of Predation. Yeah, it's been good.
I really go ahead, Dean.
I was just saying, no, go ahead, because I'd go.
I just want to say I really love to hear that the Darkest House is getting some love and it's appreciated, because I think people don't understand the value and the impact that not only does the program had with the whole concept of, hey, you know, it's all online tools, and then to produce a book that's just as beautiful as the actual, you know, the original product. That, you know, Javier did an awesome job with that. So now you have the best of both worlds. If you don't want to play it online, you can get the physical product and still get the same top-notch quality value that you got from the online version.
Very much so. And the little QR codes, which are player friendly, mean if someone does Leroy Jenkins their way down and like heads off into the distance, you're like, all right, Sunshine, I'm giving you this QR code. You can go to it. It's the player friendly version, and you can tell them what you're seeing, because for the most part, when you're going through, it's like, oh, it's a cellar, and this is cool, and we're seeing it here, because the baddie is always at the end. It's like, there is a skull lady with many arms. It's like, you decided to go down there, Sunshine. What are you going to do now? Yeah, right. It's very cool.
So, Kate, before I ask this next question, I'm just going to tell you, I'm copyright infringing on you right now. I'm stealing your pew, 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 because my fireballs are going to sound like that from now on.
That's amazing.
Fireballs, hey, I'm just letting you know.
Guys, if you have any questions for Kate, like all our streams, we'll ask our guests your questions at the end. Could you just preface it in chat with the word question so Al will know, so he could cut and paste it onto another sheet? So if you got any questions for Kate, I'm pretty sure she'll answer as many as she can. Just preface it with the word question so we know that it's a question.
Absolutely.
So,
love to.
You know, we were lucky enough to have seen a sneak peek of the new Cypher System online tools today. And by the way, everybody, they are fantastic. They look great. I can't wait to get my hands on them. But can you tell our audience what they can expect from this totally free resource? Remember that word.
It is. It's an absolutely free resource, but here's the thing, Dean. I mean, we spent a bit of time doing this. So, ladies, gentlemen, sentients of the Cypher Unlimited channel, I would like very much this evening to interview the very splendid chaps from Cypher Unlimited, who are going to tell us all about what they saw in the character generator this evening. So, chaps, how are we doing this evening? All good?
Yes.
Splendid. So my thought is, what did you think of the character generator, and where do we start on it?
Ian, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go ahead. I might stumble.
All right. For those that don't know, we actually did about a 45-minute walkthrough on the online tools. Everything that was is essentially available in the beta right now. We got to play around with. We got to create a character from scratch with Kate's help. And it was absolutely intuitive. The thing I loved the most about it is that you don't need, if someone is operating these tools, you don't need to have every book at your disposal. All the white books that are covered in the SRD, you'll be able to get foci, skills, abilities, the description of those things provided to you at a click of a button. So for me to be able to sit down and hammer out, as a GM, to sit down and hammer out, say, 10 pre-gens, I could do it in literally 10 minutes. Because it's not only is it going to give me it's going to recommend what genre, what mix of genres I want in my character, but it's going to also give me all the available foci, all the available abilities from the type, from the foci, and literally describe everything so I can see. I could also randomize it if I want and just back away and just say, hey, pick this for me, or I could take the time and actually build out the character myself. All of that is greatly appreciated. the most important thing was the integration to the VTTs which is the most exciting part for me is I could literally create 10 characters and then just export them to Foundry or Roll20 in seconds. And that's going to be phenomenal and fantastic. So whether you play in Foundry or Roll20, you can just create it in the software, click a button, and it'll be ready to use on Roll20, ready to use on Foundry. It's freaking awesome.
That's very cool.
And-
So if you're not, sorry, Dean, please.
I was just going to say, for me, it's just like it's really, even though we're looking at a beta, the way it's organized, I love the organization of it because the organization feels organic. It feels inviting. It's step by step by step by step. And like Anthony was saying, how it gives you the description. So if you pick the peeling, it's going to pull it up and it's going to show you your points. It shows you, your character in a evolutionary state, which is really cool as you're putting it together. So say you pick a warrior, you're going to see 10 10 8, for army, or that's a explorer at any rate, but you see 10 10 8 and you see that sitting there, but then it'll say +2 for because you took strong or something, and it shows you each of those pieces. But then when you go to the next page, it is already added those in and still shows you where you had your 6 points to add on and so on and so forth. So it really flows almost in the same manner that the character sheet flows. And then at the end, like Anthony was saying, you can look at it in a spreadsheet form, sort of like a spreadsheet type of deal, but then you just click a button and it turns it into a character sheet that you can print, or export. You can play with it on your tablet or your phone. You'll have that type of access. To me, it's like one of the best things out there. It's like, and I can't wait. That's going to be like great. Another thing is when I do my demos, I love to create pre-gens. This even gives you a little background. It gives you a section for notes. All of that is going to decrease the time in general. It looks like it's going to be a blast.
As well, and now that we're talking about it, because we got to mess around with it for a bit. Another cool option was that the fact that you could not only we spoke about exporting it onto VTTs, but you could print it out with the original. When you go to MCG and download the pre-generated, the character sheets. You have the option to go from this web-based software to print it out in that same format that most people that play Cypher System or Numenera are accustomed to the way that character sheet looks. You have the option to print it out that way, which is freaking hella cool too. I think it's a game changer, to be quite honest.
And the fact that, Kate was gracious enough to say, not only is this, what they're going to roll out, and as Anthony said, game changer, but this is just the first version. This is just the beginning, because there may be more cool stuff being plugged into this as time goes on. And as everybody is starting to see, the model that MCG is using since they put out the CSOL and the CSRD, anytime they put out a new white book, that's more content. And what Anthony was saying about not owning the books, you don't need to, but if you decided you're playing Cypher System, all you have is a Cypher System rulebook, but you have the character generator and you want to do, a sci-fi superhero style game, boom, you got the character creator. You could literally do that and have all the benefits of those books with an explanation of abilities and so on and so forth without purchasing another book. That is absolutely amazing.
With Kate, we also discussed we haven't totally hammered it out, but I'm begging, and everyone knows me, I'm a New York pushy guy, but I've been telling Kate that I want this for CypherCon. So you'll be able to experience the character creation tool, hopefully, in every CypherCon game. So we'll be able to actually play around with it, and everyone will actually get to see what the tool is capable of. God bless Jeremy's heart, because I know Jeremy's been busting his butt on this. He's doing Jeremy deserves a ton of credit.
Yeah,
And,
he's doing an astonishing job. That man is magic. I know that it's called technology, but as Asimov said, any sufficiently high technology is indistinguishable with magic. And Jeremy is, in fact, a wizard, can confirm. Okay, so, yeah.
The one last thing I want to say about, before I even go on to the next question, and it's worth mentioning, right now, currently, it's all the white books and everything that's in the SRD. That doesn't mean that it's going to be the final product, but I'm just assuming, but I'm assuming that the current project that is going to be available to the public will be all the SRD stuff. And eventually, that means no Numenera, no Predation, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be the final version. That just means that that's the one that we're going to get our hands on.
Yeah, so the way we've done it is we wanted this to be a free resource, and everything in the Cypher System rules document is free to use. That's part of the Cypher System open license. You can play with it however you want. What you can't do with it is you can't say that it's Numenera, but you can absolutely pick a fantasy genre with a technological vibe, because then you've got a Numenera style setting, and it will give you a character which is a Numenera style character. Equally, you could pick a technology background with a magical thing, get a similar kind of vibe from it. Eventually, we would like to add in our IP properties like Numenera and Old Gods and the Magnus Archives and everything, Predation and everything else we've got in. But obviously, because they belong to other people, there will be a cost associated with that. However, what we are trying to do at the moment is this thing will be free, and then we are trying to find the most elegant and fair and easy way that if there has to be a charge for the other things, then that we put in. But that is a future project, and we are working out, because as gamers, we want this to be useful and easy to use, and we don't want it to be difficult, and we certainly don't want it to be prohibitive to people playing. The whole idea of this is it makes it accessible. There's people out there who haven't ever rolled up a character from a book. They always go onto an online tool, and we think that this is absolutely the start of it. And the point of the Cypher System tools is that we want to add to them. This is our phase 1 of where we're starting. And the other thing is, we are going to give this, because it's in beta testing at the moment, we are going to give this to a number of folks from the Cypher Unlimited channel. And we are absolutely expecting you to tear it into little pieces and jump up and down on it. And then we'll take all those pieces and make sure that it is absolutely as robust as it can be before we release it to the world at large. Because we want this to be good, we need your help to do this. So yes, that will be what will be happening. You guys are absolutely in on this. It's okay.
we failed to mention that, and you brought up a good point, Kate, that you don't need to know what game or setting you need to use this tool, because you could create your adventure based off of messing around with the character tools. Because I'm sorry, Kate, we didn't mention that. At the very beginning, before you create your character, right, the first option we got when me and Dean sat down was what genre you want to play in. Not what setting book, it was what genre. And we had the option to pick more than one genre. So I could have sat down and said, Dean could have said, hey, I want to play fantasy. I could have said, I want to play sci-fi. We clicked both of those, and then it gave us the options to fuse the two into characters. So as an improv GM, I would just do that randomly with a bunch of characters, look at the character sheets and go, okay, what kind of story I'm going to tell with these characters?
Right. And the other thing it does too, which is nice, is once you click that, then it gives, as it breaks up the options, then it shows you what books are connected to it. So it really, like Anthony is saying, it's really exciting, because everything as a like we say, is the creatives, the GMs, how we like to run games, it speaks to that, so you literally get that, it continues to give you that energy. I was blown away, and was happy we got to play with it the way we did. So yeah,
we are extremely thankful to both Jeremy and to the very splendid Dave, who is putting this together. And it's phenomenal. It has moved very, very quickly. So a huge thank you to those chaps for making this happen. It is wonderful. Thank you.
I said earlier that this is going to be a game changer, which is true. But I think that statement came from me because not only did we got to see the character, the online character generator, but we got to see what everything else is planned for the future for this online resource. So it's the character creator it's hella cool, but it's really only a small part of this entire website. Can you tell us a little bit more of some of the other features you have planned? I want to hear it from Kate.
So this is the point at which, when you ask me a question and say, I can't tell you that yet. So chaps, you can't tell anyone that yet. Right. You see that pane right there where you go, oh, and we're doing, oh, no, I can't tell you that. Yeah. Embargo, heavy embargo.
I can't say what's in there, but I'm telling you, trust me on this. The game changer statement is really big for 3 of the other things they have planned on this thing. So
it's toe curlingly terrible, isn't it? You want to just tell everyone, and it is cool.
This is one of those
feel my pain.
This is one of those situations, literally I was given, here's an offer you can't refuse. They godfathered us.
It's all integrated like the way I think it's going to be. You're just going to need that one resource. Yes. You basically just, I'll just use, have that one resource. And see, now I don't know what I can say. So
just shut up.
You're basically only going to need the website and your physical books or PDFs if you have them, and that's all you're going to need.
And this is it. One of the things that we noticed with if you're playing online or if you're playing in person is that people are using off and online together. So I play in regular groups Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights, and there's a point where so we all make sure that we buy the book because that's good player behavior. But that's the whole thing of and now I'm looking a bit of it online, and I've got my hard copy here, and it's however you want to access it, it's there for you. And like you said, if something's listed on there and it's part of the CSRD and it says, oh, by the way, this comes from Rust and Redemption, this comes from It's Only Magic, this comes from other things that are coming up in the future. So yeah, very, very cool.
So, okay, we since we can't talk about it like that, do you have any idea when, we're going to actually see these tools, released into the wild?
So we are beta testing at the moment, and like we said, we would like people to come and jump up and down on it to make sure that it works. And so it will be sooner than we think, which is good. So as soon as everyone has destroyed it utterly and we put it back together again, everyone will be able to have a look at this. So we are, I can't say anything more than soon for other reasons, but surprisingly soon. Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty soon. I know the character generator is definitely going to be pretty soon because I know it was a beta, but it was pretty polished. Well, we got, and we had like 40 minutes to play around with it, and it was pretty polished. There was only one thing that we noticed that needed some correcting, and that was minor. So
and it's good because that's gone into our bug list now. So thank you, chaps.
But like I said earlier, the way it's laid out, that it just it just looked like it was ready, and yeah,
it's good. It's going to be good. The other things I cannot speak to just yet, but we will have a look. Again, we want to keep using this. We want to make it accessible. We want to make it easy for everyone to play and easy for everyone to just, get those character things. Because so I know my friends will do it. Some of them be like, yeah, just give me a character. Boom. There's the pre-gen, 10 seconds, it's done. Someone else be like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to spend hours wiggling through it. Others like, I'm going to get talked through the sort of hand-holding wizard side of this, but then I'm going to spend time editing the character and going back through it. So the thing that I've got as a basis, I'm now going to mess with it and fuss with it until I know exactly what it is that I want, and I've got it perfect. So yeah, we're very excited. We're very glad that you guys are excited. Like, I saw Anthony, it's like making notes. So I was like, you guys, A pluses. Thank you. Really well done. Easiest interview yet. Thank you.
Hey, you got offline. Me and Anthony were like, oh, dude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were scheming.
The whole afternoon meeting we had was full of surprises. The character generator online tools was, that was an awesome experience. But what we discussed after the fact, I think, was actually more impactful and more surprising to me and Dean. Right? You got to show us some of the spoilers of the Backerkit project that.
Yeah, you guys were sweethearts. They were like, so can you tell us about the Backerkit thing? It was like, no, lads, I'm going to show it to you. It was like, it's amazing.
Yeah, we got to see the Knights of Dust and Eon. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. All I can say is freaking wow, right? You have 3 books straight out the gate. Right? I don't know if I could have said that, but I just did. So Charles will find me. You got 3 books coming out straight out the gate. And I'm not sure what we could talk about because I know some of the stuff was a little in the gray area. So I'll let you what can you tell us of all the exciting stuff that you can share aside from the 3 books?
So actually, chaps, the whole deal is that you can very much tell everyone what you guys saw this afternoon, other than the specific backer levels. And I'm only saying that because you guys are keen and very smart, and you might already have memorized them, and I have not. So I know them, but yeah, right. So yes, 3 awesome books, amazing artwork. So tell us a bit about.
Do you want to break it down? Or you want me to break it down? Because either way,
I'll jump in. Okay. Yeah. So, Knights of Dust and Neon, like Anthony said, is 3 books. They are 3 disparagingly wild books, 2 genre books and 1 setting book. Bruce, Sean, and Monte. What a trio to have these books. So we've got give me the names, Anthony. I forgot they blanked on the names.
It's 2 separate genres. One is Weird West, which is High Noon at Midnight, which that freaking title is awesome as hell, right? And I know when we had to see you take over Cat Hub, and then we're discussing what it is. It's like all the other white books. It's going to cover every range of Weird West, from
zombies to mechanical, to weird twist technology.
Historically accurate. It's going to be phenomenal. The second one is Cyberpunk, which everybody, and that's called Neon Rain, right? And if you're a fan of any Cypher system, hold on, let me finish. Don't cut me mid statement. If you're a fan of any Cypher system on white book, right? You know that these are books of options. So when I say cyberpunk, I'm saying it's encompassing the entire genre of cyberpunk. You're gonna have between 10 to 15 different versions of cyberpunk that you're gonna be able to incorporate in your existing game or in a straight cyberpunk game itself. So I'm always hella excited for any of the white books. And these are 2 genres that they haven't touched yet, and it's so rich. Everyone is excited about Cyberpunk. I'm excited for Weird West, because you know the freaking stuff I can do with a Weird West book,
Hey, well, Kate already knows. I told Kate about my 2 adventures that I run, my 2 demos.
Yeah, you should absolutely tell folks about those because they sound amazing.
And everybody knows me. I started out on the CU running Cowboys versus Aliens with just the CR source book.
Yeah.
with the original Cypher System book. So I'm super excited for Weird West. And then last but not least is we haven't had one of these in a while, guys. We haven't had one of these in a while, but it's a Cypher System full setting. Gunslinger Knights. It's good. I don't even know. The imagery alone kind of reminds me of heavy metal Rockopolis mixed with cyberpunk.
Yes.
And Weird West together. So when you guys are gonna see the art, you guys are gonna get blown away. Like, we got to see a little bit extra that was beyond the initial post that they put. We actually got to see a lot extra, but it's a full book. So think Predation, think Gods of the Fall, think in that vein.
And it's being written by Monte, so you already know it's going to be bonkers. Like I said, just a blurb where I get to get a magical motorcycle. Okay, I'm sorry. I get a magical motorcycle and a gun. Who doesn't want to play that game? I mean, so
And the notice called Sankara, is that correct?
Sankara.
I believe, yes, Sankara.
It's Sankara. Yeah,
Sankara.
Setting the world of Sankara, and the basic idea that what Kate let us know was that these crazy storms are blowing all over the planet, and when these storms blow in, they bring in otherworldly, visitors, and that's what they're saying. But they're not undefended. So yeah, that's so cool. I mean, Kate, you're killing it with the genre books. I mean, you're adding cyberpunk with the Neon Rain, and again, in Anthony's words, that's just a hella cool title for a book. Neon Rain, that's so hot. Weird West, high noon at midnight, and we think that title is just awesome as well. So you also have a full setting book you're releasing. Gunslinger Knights. Can you go into the setting a little bit more?
Yeah, so you guys have done really well. I mean, there's a point there where I figure I'll go and make a cup of tea, come back. It's like I get to watch the stream. You can do my job. This is wicked. How are you guys set for Greenwich Mean Time between about midday and 8? That sounds ace. So.
You did say, when we met earlier, you did say, I'm going to let you guys talk. And that's the last thing you would have told me and Dean, because we don't share.
Yeah, well, if Al waving at us going, guys, they're going to go to bed. It's amazing. But yes, absolutely. So, Gunslinger Knights is awesome. So the whole idea of this world is it's a world of storms and the things that come through the storms. It's almost like links you to other worlds, and the things coming in from the other worlds are really benign. And so Sankara needs its protectors, and its protectors are the Gunslinger Knights, and that's Knights with a K, if anyone's watching. So yes, we've got knights like on horseback, except you have a magical steed, you have your magical pistol, and one of the things is to be able to make these and make these your own, and you are the defense between the innocence of this place and the things in the storms. There's a whole load of stuff that comes with that, which I can't talk about, and I only know it because I earwig on the little production side of stuff, but it looks absolutely amazing, and it's absolutely cool as hell. Very, very much so. All the things that you can possibly imagine that are awesome associated with these things. We are thinking about it. We're going to try and do as much of it as we absolutely can, and yeah, everyone is really, really excited by it as well. So it's going to be, we're very, very much looking forward to this. Definitely.
Tammy corrected his shot. It's Monte, Shauna, Boo, Sean, and Dominique all working
yes,
on
hold on. Yes.
So yes, and yes.
Yeah. No arguments here.
It's amazing.
Take my money now.
That's good. Yeah. Also, lovely premium Cypher System dice box with premium Cypher dice, which you guys saw as well, which are very, very cool. One of the wonderful things that we've been doing at Gamma is that it's meant that Charles has been able to go around and essentially be the official dice goblin, going to all the people with the cool ideas of what they've got on show. And there's been some phenomenal things here. So it's always nice to know, even if it's not for this crowdfunder, then for the next one, we've always got ideas on the go. And yeah, it looks really cool. And we've got some very awesome things coming up. But the setting, I'm super excited by this.
Abby just threw a little spoiler in the chat. She said, "What's this you say about zines? Tell me more."
Oh, okay, brilliant. Yeah, we're releasing it. So each of the setting book and both of the genre books will have like a little mini zine that comes with it, and we have the artwork for these, and we also have the like the concept behind them, and we've got titles for them, and they look wicked, like properly awesome, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, bit of a different thing, and we think this will be really good because it's almost that the read through of like, oh, I get it, and these are the characters, and here's what it looks like, and it's that kind of tantalizing with, this is what the sort of thing you could do with your campaign, this is what you can do with your game, here's the things that you can add into that. And again, nice format for both of them, all three of them in this case. So thanks Tam, that's good. Amazing.
People don't know Tammy's like the mother for the CU boys, so she's looking out for us. She's looking out for her kids. She's giving us a little extra juice. We love it.
She is very
We love
splendid.
you, and we love the extra juice that we can, the spoilers we can share to the community. This is going to be awesome. Yeah, we have a ton of questions from the chat.
Amazing.
I don't know if we can talk about the dice because the dice box is hella cool. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm surrounded by dice, and the MCG dice have always been beautiful. I really love the way the box looks.
You already know, we're all dice goblins around here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the table with a bag of dice.
Awesome. So my earrings, I have D20s, and I buried the others in my headphones. But yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we're dice goblins all the way.
Yeah.
So looks like we got Anthony, go ahead. I think we get some more questions coming in now.
Yeah, there's a ton of questions coming in. The last thing I want to say is, I don't know, could I mention you said we can mention anything from what we saw off that paperwork, right?
Yep.
The T-shirts. I'm gonna say this: your T-shirt game in the last two Backerkits has been getting better and better and better, and now. I always wondered why you hadn't done this in previous Backerkits, but you're gonna actually have T-shirts of the actual books coming out. Which I'm a These are dice goblin. I'm a shirt goblin. Dean knows I buy every convention we go. I buy every gaming shirt I can find, and they're gonna have shirts for the actual Backerkit. Which
I will definitely have a couple of those because that shirt.
Yeah, it's a T-shirt kind of encompassing all three of the books, kind of thing. So yeah, with they've been sort of wrestling with what should the logo be, what should it look like, how should it feel, this kind of thing. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Now that Charles in the chat, I'm just gonna put it out there because I'm straightforward. I need shirts for all the white books. So somehow we gotta make that happen.
I want teacups. I want lovely white porcelain coffee cups, each with a white book cover, and I might never drink from them, but I will adore them every day while I drink my tea.
I would definitely. I'm with Anthony though. The white book T-shirts, because I rallied to get the lithographs. I have the lithos because I wanted them, and you guys need to add those in as like a stretch goal on the new Kickstarter for all the new books that are coming out. We need lithos for those, please.
Amazing.
I'll tell you what happened to my coffee mug, right? My son broke my car. I'm so pissed. And there's no more now. I love that coffee mug.
So this is one of the reasons why it's a good thing that you chaps are part of our asset team, because it might be that certain of the new things on the store with the asset team might indeed have some new coffee cups. They're not going to be the same. We love those coffee cups, but nobody does them. They are like rocking horse droppings. You just can't find them anywhere. But the new ones we've been trialing mugs in the Ryan household over the last couple of days before we came to Kentucky. Everyone's like, "Oh, I like the weight of this one. Oh, this is quite good. I like the shape of it. It's not big enough. This one, it's too big. You know, the cat sat in it. No, that's way too big. Even for over here, it's just like we think we've got two that we love, and we think that we've got them. We think that those will probably be one of those two that we'll use. But yes, again, these will be things exclusive to the asset team. So if you come and GM or demo games for us at conventions, at retail stores, at your friendly local game shop, let us know. Build up your shins, get some cool merch. So yeah, very, very awesome.
I mean, I consider myself, what you call it, a pretty manly man, and I cried when my mug broke.
Oh, bless you. No. Oh, dear. Yeah, you can never stick them back together. It's a loss. It's okay, brother. We've got you covered.
You're very dramatic.
That's glorious.
You told us about, actually, we told you about what you showed us today for the last for earlier today, from the online tools, for, from what you call it, Dust and Neon. Is there any other thing you want to tell our audience, either about the online tools, Dust and Neon, or any other secrets MCG has in store? You know, we're not saying no to any other juicy secrets.
So there will be news of another crowdfunder when the next one finishes, and I think it will be exciting. And that is all I can say about that one. But yes, this next one it's going to be good. We're very excited by it. Very excited for everything that's there.
And before we go into our question audiences, because I don't know, did you cut and paste them onto the sheet? Yes, you did. I just want to mention two things right quick. Yes, CypherCon is going to happen. We met again with Kate today. We're going to touch base. Like I said in one of our earlier videos, it's going to be dramatically different from the last time. We're taking a more. Yeah, we learned a ton of lessons from the first go round.
And so please, Cypher Unlimited community, I need to be clear. The reason it's going to be better is because I am giving the chaps more than 5 weeks to sort this. I was a terrible, tyrannical overlord, and I was like, boys, can we do this? And they said yes. And I then realized that they are magic and wonderful, and that this time we've actually given ourselves a chance to do it properly, because there are points because I was like, yeah, let's add Europe in as a time zone. Let's have UK as a time zone. And what I hadn't realized, that meant that these boys, they don't sleep for Friday through to Sunday for 4 weeks. That's not okay. Yeah.
I no longer have that mug, so.
I'm shipping you a mug. Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so CypherCon will be around about September time, probably early September. We will have a proper lead into it where we will ask our GMs and say, hey, we already have a huge list of people who would like to run at CypherCon, and thank you to everybody signed up so far. Wicked. And then we will do a thing where everyone put in what adventures they want, and then we'll have time to recruit players so you guys know what you're playing and what you can do, as well as maybe having a few pick-up things on the day. So, yes, we'll do a proper set of stuff about that a little bit later on, probably after the crowdfunder as well. So, cool.
The second week of the mean competition has started, guys. We had 2 winners already. So, come on, guys. Head on over to the Cypher Unlimited Discord. Go to the meme channel and post your creative ideas. The first batch was absolutely fantastic. I do not envy whoever decided the winners, because if it was me, I would have wound up giving it to 10 or 15 people. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It was very difficult, and it basically so Liv, who runs all of our social media, she basically looked across all of her channels like, right, these things are doing well, this is a good thing, okay, this one has come out on top, but then everything's performed so well, just a massive thank you. And also, from my point of view, this is 100% authentic marketing, because our fans have created this. People who love the system, people who know the system, people who want other people to come and play with us have created this. This is gold dust to us, so thank you.
Well, yeah, that's why, because you guys make such a great product. I mean, we can't say enough. I mean, we are hanging out because we love this game and we love the company. So you guys are, top notch. So with that being said, we're going to ask a few questions from our audience. DM Tells had the question, will there be any way to get Numenera content in the character builder at some point?
So yes. Oh, also hi, DM Tales. Excellent. We will absolutely be looking to do that. What we need to do is everything that's in the Cypher System rules document at the moment, because it's free, it's easy to put in there, the tool remains free. If we are putting that content in, at some point it will have to be some sort of paid model, but we are trying to work out the fairest and least awful way of doing that paid model. We want this to be a good experience. So the answer is yes, and in the future, we don't know yet and we don't know how. We are trying to find the best way possible, and some of that is like, oh, I like paying for things like this, I like paying for that. We all hate paying for things in this fashion, so it's sort of trying to get that there. So yes, eventually, and hopefully soonish, but as soon as we've worked out a least onerous model for it.
Lord and Lady Mills asks, how many trifold pages are there in the bestiary, if you know?
I believe there are 9 pullouts of the 3 pages. If any of the MCG crew are about, then they can correct me. I'm pretty certain it's 9 spreads.
I'm curious, Charles or Tammy or UK, do you guys have a favorite out of the pullouts?
So I love the dragons. I love the mob bosses thing, because there's just so much thinking to do with it, and it's not something that perhaps you might normally think of. But like the dragons lair is like, yeah, that's absolutely wicked. That is awesome.
So that sounds great. I can't wait to play with that. But Jack One Spade, he asks, is there a possibility of asset packs for Numenera? Monster tokens or map tiles we can use to create maps for games, not just the big drama maps for key encounters.
So I suppose my question is, Jack, is are you looking for physical things? Are you looking for virtual, or is it a question of both? So I'm assuming 21st century will probably be both. That's a very interesting question. I don't know, but it's one of the things that I can take back to the design team and go, hey, folks have been asking for this. Is it something they want to do? Is it something that we want to be looking at doing? Because, yeah, so here's the thing. You don't need to do the crazy strategy in the same way you would for some more tactical games, but it's nice to have a map to give you sort of a bit of orientation and stuff. So I don't know. I'll ask.
Oh, a second. I don't understand one of the questions. Zeus.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah, I'm skipping it. Zeus Legion asks, are there any plans to revisit some of the older settings like the Strange and Predation?
So there is That's right. There is a Strange adventure and there is a Predation adventure in the Adventures of the Cypher System, which is coming out. So yeah, very much we wanted to have that there, and people are super keen on those. I absolutely adore the Strange and Predation. I think they're wonderful. And the whole concept of the Strange is that essentially, because you can take your character and run it in any genre, in any campaign, you essentially can use the entire range of Monte Games IPs as strange recursions. So you end up in the Magnus Archives, it's another recursion. where you're heading to. Same thing for predation. It could be a recursion of that particular thing. They're all strange modules, but yes, we absolutely have specific content, the Adventures for the Strange and the Adventures of Predation in the Adventures of the Cypher System, which will be coming out soon. I know I say soon a lot, so but it's kind of like before summer is where we're going for.
Well, Kate, I thank you for saying that, because I've been saying that forever, that everything Monte Cook puts out is for the strange, but nobody listens to me. But
bless you. No, it's exactly the idea of it. That was, we had this chat in as a company. It was like, well, everything could be the strange. That's the whole shtick. But yeah.
A lot of Kezarek asks and lamenting the fact that Gods of the Fall is no longer available on the online store. I should have been the entrepreneur and kept me like 10 copies, because I could have gotten $200 or $300 on eBay right now.
I mean, they're hot.
Yeah, we felt a little bit bad with that, with Invisible Sun, when people are selling the back key for like $800. Like, just crowdfund it, chaps.
The Black Cube at one time, before we released the Black Cube was like skyrocketing. You thought it was a Bitcoin because it was
crazy, isn't it? Also, if anyone's bought one, and when you get the physical copy, if you're going to put it into your Calyx, okay, it fits perfectly. What I would say to you is put in a piece of material or a scarf before you put your black cube in, because otherwise you're going to spend the next hour getting it out like this, because you've got to edge it in and out. So yes, my friend Christian, he's like, I've cleared the space for it. It's like, you're going to need to put something behind there, lovely, otherwise you're never going to get it out. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do that, so yes. Sorry, there's a question associated with the lament. I apologize.
Oh, no.
Kezarek, I actually might have a beat up copy of Gods of the Fall for you. It's not in great condition. I'll give it to you. But because I think I bought 2 copies of that. I have to double check. I know a lot of the older books I have double copies, and it was like my playing copy. Hit me up on Discord, and if I do have it, if you're willing to pay for shipping, I'll send it to you.
That's very cool of you, Anthony. Thank you.
Yeah, because the Gods of the Fall was like, I don't know, Kay, you ever knew, but Gods of the Fall is how me and Dean met. That was the setting that actually me and Dean became friends on.
Oh, that's amazing! I didn't know that.
We played for the first time, and it was for me, like the always GM. I'm always critiquing, and this guy ran a game that I was so into that I had to go to work, and I drove and had him on the Bluetooth, and I'm playing on my drive to work. So it was, it was pretty amazing. I was working nights, and
that's awesome.
it was just one of those things. It was like, come on, and it was run on Halloween of all nights. I mean, it was just a blast. So
yeah, wicked.
So, guys, great questions as always, Trav. We really appreciate it. We don't want to keep Kate, because Kate is still working. She has to go down and load up some trucks, I guess.
Yeah, maybe demos. It might be the demo night is finished and everyone has had quite a few bourbons by now. There's a point at which running the demos is... Say again, sorry?
It's over today, though, right?
I believe so. The hall is over, but each evening we've run demos from 9 p.m. till midnight. So there's a point where it's full on. I love Gamma. It's really cool. We've seen so many wonderful people, and so many people have come past and said wonderfully complimentary things about absolutely everything to do with MCG, which is, it's just absolutely lovely to be part of. And we very much want to share that, and you guys help us with that in spades. It's absolutely amazing. Really, really, really appreciative. Thank you.
Oh, we want to thank you.
Yeah.
We just want to thank you because, and MCG are like one big happy family. We love the game. We love what you do. Just going to shout back out to our viewers. You guys are going to be blown away with the stuff she showed us today. Oh my goodness. I mean,
and just to piggyback what Dean said. It's very easy to follow and support a company when not only are they talented artists and creators, but they're just great people. And I have never met a group as a collective, a company, where everyone in the entire company is a beautiful person, is so supportive, is so opening. Like it's almost unreal. Like, and for lack of like, damn, you don't got one jerk in the entire company. Like everyone is freaking awesome. It's so easy to support a company that way. You guys have been from day one, have been nothing but supportive to your fans, supportive to the CU. Whenever we need anything, us personally or our collective, our entire community, you guys have always been there for us, and we really, really do love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And Al, you want to chime in something before I go into my spiel? Al in the
nebulous realm.
The mystical land of tech.
Now do your spiel and then I'll come in. Hi everyone. I'll wait for Anthony to finish with his spiel, then I'll come in and say bye.
All right. So if you like us and you like what we do, join the Cypher Unlimited Discord server for all things Monte Cook games. We have the largest fan-run Discord server for anything FCG. We well over 7,000 members and growing. But if Discord's not for you, join our Facebook group. It's not as big as our Discord, but there's still great conversations being had there daily. Our videos are always free, but if you want to help us out in some way, you can either sub here or follow us here on Twitch or go to our YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe there as well. You could give us a little financial donation on Ko-fi. It helps us out with little things like going to conventions and planning out the giveaways and all the other stuff we do like that. Or go to our online store and pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch. Unfortunately, the old CypherCon shirts are no longer available, but there'll be some new CypherCon shirts coming up shortly. Or pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch, like the shirt I got on or the one Dean has on. And last but not least, we love you guys.
And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and watching. Thank you, Kate, for coming on and talking to us about all this. It's all very exciting stuff. I cannot wait to see the character creator. I know I missed the little demo earlier, but quite excited to do the play testing that you talked about before. Gonna smash it to bits. But anyways, thank you again. Thank you everyone so much. And just as a quick reminder, Anthony already mentioned this before, but join the Cypher Unlimited Discord to get in on that meme competition. The current theme is introducing new players to the Cypher system. So any memes you got going on with that theme there will give you a huge boost in the coming contest where they decide a winner and whatnot. But yeah, thank you again so much. And as usual, from us at the CU, we will see you later.